when you were appointed, you hear people say, "Oh my God, we got an Afro-American chief of police." Oh God, Well, let's show these people how you are an American. You are an American. I don't want to hear about he's Italian-American, he's an Afro-American. You're an American, and you work with help everybody, right?
I think that's right. And you know what? When you hear that sort of thing, those are other people's issues. I don't take on other people's issues, right? They always say, don't make somebody else's problem your problem unless you have to. Frankly, I'm the best guy for this job. And if race was a factor for somebody else, well, that's their issue. The fact is, I was hired to do something in particular, and I'm going to do it with the people that I have to work with, irregardless of their race or mine or the ethnicity of the community. We're going to get the job done.
I can only go by my own experience, how I was discriminated against, So I went through this. My grandfather come in and lived with us, and he died. So I was a rookie police officer. Naturally, the family turned to me to take care, because you figure I was a policeman. I should know how the funeral and everything, right? So I went to St. Patrick's Church, and I talked that they have charge of the cemetery. And I said, Father, my grandfather died, and we get along there. Okay. So we went out to St. Patrick's Cemetery out there on DeKalb Street, and you go in there, and it was like, the front was like all empty. And it's all, and then finally I says, I like the spot over here. And the guy says, no. He says, all Italians in the back. I look, I says, what? He says, yeah. I says, oh, they're all like this. There's no room back there. He says, no, well, that's the thing, So my grandfather, Roberta Mayer, Father Moores was a principal of Bishop Kenrick. He became pastor of St. Patrick's, and I told him about it. Well, you go out to St. Pat's now, you see Italians all over the place, whatever.
Right.
So when I was a kid, I went to go to Norris Theater, and they have a balcony. I want to go to the balcony. No, you get black guys up there. What is this? Then they got the skating rink down on the Ridge Pike, only Thursday. Afro-Americans on Thursday only. All these things we went through, until somebody starts saying, hey, come on. Yes. So we're right now at a point where you can do so many good things in this town, because right now, Norristown, the image is not, I'm saying what people think. I'm not saying I love my town, okay? But there's chance for improvement. We got new council people here. And in fact, I'm going to interview Olivia Brady right after this here, after you, so to see what we have moving.
Yes, and you know what, I think that what you pointed out, you hear from a lot of people, things used to be so much better. It's really the good old days are right now. That things used to be very segregated. There used to be some official policies that would have prevented somebody like me from being chief of police. There were rules in place that prevented you from doing some of the things that you wanted to do. The good old days are right now, and the possibility that we have in Norristown has never been greater than it is right now.
Right, and like I say, now we got a lot of new people, but you figure like the Hispanic children now, within 5, 8, 10 years, they're going to be voting.
Sure they are. Sure they are.
Now, I mean, the voting situation is going to be different. So why can't we just, maybe I'm getting too deep on that issue, but it is an issue that must be faced. And I think you're the kind of guy that can do it, because the police can help the people feel secure. Frank Rizzo was a good friend of mine, okay? I was one of his pallbearers. I was his friend. I spent more time with him after he was mayor at the House. And he says, Hank, you run for mayor in Norristown, and I'll run mayor of Philly. Well, he died, okay? Yes. I was going to run for mayor and all that stuff. Maybe I should have, but whatever. He says, you want to be a good mayor, you keep the town safe and clean.
That's right.
Now, you can do something like that, okay? I remember my sergeant, Sergeant Burns, no high school education, no degree, but he would see something dirty or manhole cover, call. Street light out, stop. Get the number of that pole, call PE, okay? all these things to help the town. That something's real dirty and not taken care of. We got people that's supposed to be cleaning. We got code enforcers. We got the health guys in there. Put them to work.
Yes.
Get out of that city hall. We had to stay out and patrol.
Right.
Now, oh my God, I'm reminiscing here.
That's good
So go
stuff.
ahead.
That's good stuff. I think that, you know, how you judge a public organization, how you judge a police department is what do they actually do, right? As opposed to the promises that are made and the vision and the mission statement, which all important stuff. What do they actually do? I want people to take a look at the police department and see the impact that they have on the community, see the time that they spend interacting and keeping everybody safe. Pay attention to those things.
Right.
That's what we're holding ourselves accountable for, and I think some great things are happening.
All right, what is the biggest issue in the town right now? That you, I know right now you only, how many weeks you been here?
About 5 weeks.
Okay, so you're getting information here and there,
Yes.
okay?
Yes.
I can help you on that maybe.
I appreciate it. All the information I can get.
What is something that you think is a big issue here in Norristown?
I'd say the biggest issue is the idea that a lot of people have in their minds that Norristown is
I want to hear
like a
you
bad
say
word.
it. I said
It's
it.
a bad word. I had a lot of people say to me, congratulations and condolences. I've had a great time here. I think it's a fantastic place to work. There's tremendous opportunities to develop strong relationships between the community and police. There are tremendous opportunities to bring people together. We have some great initiatives going with different groups in the community. I've established some strong professional relationships. I'm here with you right now. It's fantastic. So I think one of the biggest problems is this Norristown said with a tone of almost resignation that nothing good is going to happen here. And you know, if people are stuck in that framework, in that frame of mind, it's very hard for them to move beyond it. I'm not there. I don't want to have those conversations that are about we can't do any better because, you know, back 10 years ago they had these people working here and they were so bad. Well, guess what? They're gone. I never met them. Has nothing to do with the job that I'm going to do or the job that the men and women of the Norristown Police Department are going to do. Let it go, and let's move beyond it.
Well, your philosophy, what's scoop? Now, you're highly educated, experienced. You know, you need experience, you need education, and you know, education with no experience, you don't know what you're doing,
Well,
so whatever.
Right.
But
you know what?
so you,
I'm trying to really bring the best of policing to Norristown.
Right.
To really bring out what has worked in other places. You know, talking about the you know, sort of insider baseball of police work. What's worked in New York City? What's worked in Los Angeles and other places where they've reduced crime a great deal? That's what we're going to do here, right? Focusing on the bad people. That there are people. You know, let's be honest with each other. There are people that we need to remove from Norristown. That's what we're going to do. There are people that need to have discussions with police, don't necessarily need to arrest them, but they need to know we're paying attention and we're not going to put up with certain things. We need to make sure that the illegal guns are removed from Norristown.
Right.
We need to pay attention to the places in Norristown where crimes are very likely to occur for whatever reason. Right? It's not all over. Norristown doesn't have struggles every single neighborhood. There are a few neighborhoods where the police need to spend a whole lot of time, and that's what we're going to do, right? Focus your resources where there are issues and do the right thing there.
I used to work a beat. We had to work from Markley Street to Stanbridge Street. That was a beat, 8 hours, walking the beat, okay?
Right.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with a guy parking his car, walking over there, look over here, see what's there, stop in the store, hey, how you doing, what are you doing, you know? That's what
fundamental
it's all about.
police work, Hank. That's fundamental police work to get out of the car.
Community policing.
Right, community policing is getting out of the car, it's talking to people, it's paying attention to what's going on, it's addressing the small problems in the community so that they don't become big problems. Right?
What's your biggest goal?
My biggest goal, it's always the same for police, reduce crime. You have to reduce it. You have to bring it down. You have to you can't just deal with the perception. You can't go to people, hey, feel safe. I want you to feel safe.
Yeah, you're right.
You
you're right.
have to create an environment in which it's okay to go out at night.
You got that right.
Right?
You know, you're going to say, oh, you're going to be safe. That's like a hug without a squeeze. We want to squeeze.
Right?
Right.
You just can't tell
Law and
people
order.
to feel good. You have to actually
You know, that guy
do work
said-
and make it safe.
The guy said, do you believe in the electric chair? And I remember Frank Rizzo says, like I said, I spent a lot of time in his house. He says, hey, he says, now that I retired, he says, I was for the electric chair. He says, but now that I retired, I get mellow. He says, I think they ought to get rid of the electric chair. I think they should use a bench and get 6 at a time. So I don't know whether, but he was a great guy, I'll tell
character.
you. And it's the same guy, this guy Christie over there. They're beating him up on them investigate. I remember Frank Rizzo says, I want to investigate by the FBI, the Z, blah, 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 blah. I hope, I feel sorry. No, I don't say I feel sorry. I'm concerned about people that run for office. They're out of the house. They got a phone calls, this, that, and the other thing. They're like Gurich, Congressman there, Gurich, whatever his name is, whatever. He's just retiring. Said, and so they dedicate their life to help people, to help the community. And that's, I think, that you come down from Reading, and why you pick Norristown?
I think that Norristown needs me like I need Norristown.
It's something like Reading.
It's a lot like Reading. It's not exactly the same, but the issues that we have here are issues that we can do a lot of good things with, and that's why I'm here.
Well, you know what? The half hour's over, and I want to say I wish you luck. Anything I can do to help you. Every once in a while I used to ride around with the police officer, because you got some. When I lived in Norristown, you had to live in Norristown. Or when I was in the police department, you had to live in Norristown. So some of these police officers that don't live in Norristown, not too familiar. So they got to get to know the town. They got to know the people. And we do that, you're going to be a success.
Absolutely.
You're going to be
I
a
agree.
star. Send you to Hollywood.
All
You're a
right.
good-looking guy. All right, so thanks a lot for coming on here.
Thank you.
And let's have a little thing here would say, to your health, alla salud. That
Alla
means to
salud.
your health.
Very good.
Okay? That's one word you got to learn in Italian. Mangia, mangia. That means eat, okay?